Should you take pre-workout? Is it worth it? Does it do anything? If you've had, an energy drink, if you've tried pre-workout before, you know exactly what it does. It wakes you up and you have a better workout. But is it worth it? Like, do you need pre-workout? Of course, like any supplement except creatine, I would say this applies to. You don't need it. You don't need any supplement. It maybe adds in 3 to 5%. It boosts your workouts, it boosts performance by 3 to 5%. And if you're doing everything else correctly, that 3 to 5% is going to help. But you don't need it. You don't need pre-workout, especially because if you feel like you can psych yourself up without external substances like caffeine, then go for it. But the reason why I don't apply that to creatine is because it is a supplement that has insane benefits, and I recommend it to everyone. It's cheap. Just take creatine. You will see massive benefits in creatine. But pre-workout, is it necessary? Of course it's not. Like I said, you don't need, if you feel like you don't need anything to wake you up, if you feel like you can have good workouts without external substances, then that's fine. You shouldn't use it. I used to be someone that took pre-workout every single day. Every time I trained, I used to take a pre-workout, and I used to cycle off, every once in a while, every 2-3 months, I'd cycle off of caffeine because my tolerance would build up, and then I would go back to pre-workout. So I'd do a few months on pre-workout and maybe 1 month off just to get my tolerance back down, and then I'd go back on pre-workout. And I've tried all different kinds of pre-workouts, high stim ones, really high caffeine ones, caffeinated ones. I've tried, non-stim pre-workouts, which is the one that I'm using right now, and it does work. Pre-workout does work. But when it comes to is it worth it, we have to look at, it's not just does it boost performance in the gym. Of course it boosts performance in the gym. It'll wake you up, and you'll just feel a lot more, turned on, energized. But is it worth it? You have to look at what it does to your body. And there's a reason why I've stopped taking caffeine. I've stopped taking pre-workout during the week. And this is the reason why. Pre-workout, caffeine spikes your dopamine levels. Working out also spikes your dopamine levels, and listening to music that you like spikes your dopamine levels. All these dopamine spikes, you're stacking dopamine spiking things on top of each other, and what happens is you're going to have a good workout, you're going to feel really good for that 1 hour, but afterwards the crash is going to be so much worse. You're going to feel like you're going to feel terrible. And that's naturally how the dopamine in your body works. It's a non-renewable but not finite resource. It is a renewable but not finite resource. So you need to be able to control your dopamine levels. And what I've started doing to sort of get over this and to keep my tolerance at, healthy, and I can't do 1 month off and 1 month on anymore because for me, I find this works way better. Cycling on and off of pre-workout. If you've never used pre-workout before, or even if you do use pre-workout, I feel like this applies to everyone. I highly recommend cycling on and off pre-workout, but not in the way that I used to do it, but in a daily phase. So what I do now is I don't have pre-workout 5 days of the week. I have a non-stim pre-workout, which is just pre-workout with no caffeine. So it has, glycerol and like pump formulas, just to, make me feel a little bit more. Honestly, it's in the mind. Like, I need to have something before I train, even if it's not caffeinated. There's such a, it just feels like it works, but it doesn't. But I have the non-stim pre-workout 5 days a week. And on the weekends is when I take my caffeinated pre-workout. But I don't go full scoop. I rarely go full scoop. I maybe go half a scoop, and that does the job for me. 120, 150 milligrams of caffeine, and I feel good. And I do this on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, I'm back to non-caffeine. And what this does is I'm able to have pre-workout, I'm able to enjoy pre-workout more often without having to cycle off for complete months. I'll only use pre-workout when I really need to. On days where I feel dead, feel sleepy, I just lack motivation, then I'll sort of bring pre-workout in. But apart from that, I don't. I've stopped using caffeinated pre-workout most, like 80-90% of the time. I only use it when I really need to, like on weekends or when I'm feeling really dead. Should you take pre-workout? I honestly think pre-workout, yes. And I know that, people are going to be like, no, you don't need supplements. I just said you don't need supplements, but pre-workout is one of those things where you really feel its effects. You do. And it doesn't have to be pre-workout. Just having, black coffee, an energy drink, sugar-free energy drink, you'll feel awake. It'll give you the energy you need. But don't take it every day. You're going to build your tolerance up. It's not good for you. It's not good for your heart. Too much caffeine. And some of these pre-workouts have insane amounts of caffeine. So be sensible. Don't take it every day. That's my advice. I think you should take pre-workout. I've seen massive benefits in pre-workout. But don't take it every day. Because what's going to happen is tolerance will build up. And after some time, it's not going to have any difference to you. It's not going to make any difference. You take pre-workout and you'll just feel your tolerance will be so high that you won't feel anything. You don't want to get to that point. So cycle on and off of pre-workout. Use it on days where you really need to. And what pre-workout do you need? I'll have the one that I use in the description box down below. But if you're going to pick a pre-workout, I highly, highly recommend choosing one that has all of its ingredients on the back. Don't use pre-workouts with a blend, with a caffeine blend, with blend ingredients. It doesn't tell you how much of each ingredient is in it. Don't do that. You don't want to trust a brand that hides its ingredients like that. Just get a pre-workout that's transparent, has all the ingredients on the back, and that should be good to go. The one that I have works really well for me. I've been using it for a while. Try that out if you want. You can click on the link in the description, but honestly, pick one that's transparent, that has all of its ingredients on the back, and don't full scoop. Don't full scoop your pre-workout. I would say if you're just starting out, start off with maybe 1/4 or half a scoop. And I rarely want full scoop pre-workout anymore. That's so much caffeine that you don't need. So that's what I would say. Do you need pre-workout? Is it worth it? I think it's worth it. Do you need it? You don't need it. But it has made a massive difference in how I train. Especially now that I've been cycling on and off during the week. My workouts in the weekends have been crazy. And even I've trained my body to, train hard without caffeine, which is amazing because I was so hooked on caffeine. I used to be addicted to caffeine for so long. I couldn't train without, having caffeine before working out. But now I feel like without anything, I can go in the gym and have a killer workout. So that's my take on this. I think pre-workouts are a good thing. I think they do help a lot. But do you need it? You don't need anything. Is it worth it? 100%.